Newsom he's daring Tom Homan to come and arrest him. Should he do it?
I would do it if I were Tom. I think it's great. Gavin likes the publicity, but I think it would be a great thing. He's done a terrible job. Look, I like Gavin Newsom. He's a nice guy, but he's grossly incompetent. Everybody knows. All you have to do is look at the little railroad he's building. It's about 100 times over budget. We're putting a flagpole over there. Under budget. I always do under budget.
What does your intel tell you about these people causing all the problems in LA? Are they people ICE is trying to deport, or are they professional agitators?
The people that are causing the problem are professional agitators. They're insurrectionists. They're bad people. They should be in jail. Thank you.
Look at what happened last night in our city, yesterday afternoon, last night. Who's to blame for that?
Well, I mean, I just have to say, dial back time to Thursday. None of this needed to happen. Why did we need to have raids here? It was very clear that if raids happened here, that the community was going to respond in a very negative way. I tried to make that case. Unfortunately, I didn't succeed. I was very hopeful that we would not have, that the federal government would not have deployed the National Guard. But anyway, I think it's important, period, that peaceful protest is a part of our American tradition. When it results to violence, it will be addressed as though it is violence. People will be arrested and they will be held accountable.
You said Thursday.
Everything was fine in this city. Just think about that. We weren't having problems with protests. There were no problems with violence. The raids happened on Friday, and in response to especially the arrest of David s.w.a.t, one of the most respected labor leaders that we have in the city, him being injured, going to a hospital.
Still in federal custody.
Yes, he's still in federal custody. If I understand it right, his arraignment is today. But all of that creates fear and tension in our city. I have spoken directly to the administration. I have not spoken to President Trump. I might reach out to him in the next few days. Well, I felt, first of all, that they were accessible, that they were responsive. However, the National Guard came anyway.
Do you blame President Trump for that?
No, well, let me just be clear. I blame the people that were creating the violence. What happened last night was absolutely unacceptable, period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. If you support the rights of immigrants to reside here lawfully, then you don't go around vandalizing the city. And so to me, if that's really what you believe in, you would not be out doing what took place last night. Well, first of all, it's not even all of downtown. This is isolated to a few streets, 5 or 10 streets. This is not citywide civil unrest like has happened in our city before. But if you watch the pictures, especially on national TV, you would think that the entire city has blown up into unrest, and this is just not true.
Cleanup begins in Los Angeles after anti-ICE protests erupt over immigration raids. Los Angeles city crews began scrubbing away graffiti and repairing property damage early Saturday morning, following a wave of protests that engulfed downtown after a series of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement (ICE) raids. The protests, fueled by growing community frustration and fear, highlighted escalating tensions surrounding federal immigration policies and enforcement tactics. Residents across multiple neighborhoods say the recent ICE operations have sown panic, particularly among immigrant families. According to witnesses and advocacy groups, agents raided homes and workplaces across the city on Friday, detaining dozens of individuals, many of whom are believed to have long-standing ties to the local community. Reports of family separations quickly spread, intensifying public anger and mobilizing protests. By late afternoon, large groups began converging in downtown Los Angeles. Roughly 500 protesters, including families, students, and immigrant rights activists, marched through city streets chanting slogans like, "ICE out of LA," and "No human being is illegal." Many carried handmade signs condemning what they describe as heavy-handed, unjust actions by the federal government. As night fell, the demonstrations escalated. Protesters blocked intersections and erected makeshift barricades using traffic cones, debris, and construction materials. The tense standoff soon drew a forceful response from law enforcement. Officers in riot gear deployed plastic bullets, concussion grenades, and gas canisters in an effort to disperse the crowd. The sharp crack of crowd control munitions echoed through the streets, mingling with the acrid haze of tear gas that hung in the air. Despite the aggressive tactics, many demonstrators held their ground, determined to voice their anger at what they see as an inhumane and destabilizing approach to immigration enforcement. Some were seen helping each other rinse their eyes and face off for police lines while continuing to chant. "We're here because this is our home," said Maria Alvarez, a community organizer and mother of 2 US-born children. "ICE is tearing families apart. We can't live in fear every day." Community leaders have also criticized the raids for targeting neighborhoods with high immigrant populations, accusing federal authorities of fostering an atmosphere of terror rather than safety. Several legal aid organizations are now working to determine the legal status and whereabouts of those detained. By Saturday morning, much of downtown was left scarred, not just by graffiti and debris, but by the emotional weight of the night's events. City officials have pledged to restore public spaces while also acknowledging the deep divisions and anxieties revealed by the protests. The situation in Los Angeles reflects broader national debates over immigration policy, deportation priorities, and the role of ICE in American communities. As similar protests emerge in other cities, the events of this weekend in LA may mark a turning point in how local communities resist, or comply with, federal immigration enforcement.